Peace to the family. It's Brother Polight, and I'm here to talk to you all about the responsibility we have when it comes to making consciousness fun. We got a responsibility to make consciousness fun. These are all facts. That's the goal, people. The goal is to make consciousness fun. This is what you call the McLaren. This is what you call a McLaren. We got a responsibility to make consciousness fun. Woo! Look at that. My goodness. Look at this. Look at this beautiful woman in here. Always starting with me. Yes, this is our job. Our job is to make consciousness fun. So we got to stay in these toys. We got to stay in these toys. Yeah, I'm back on the West Coast, so you know, we got to get it in when we back West. And like I said, our job is to make consciousness fun. A lot of times when you hear people talking about the Black Power movement or Black nationalism or Pan-Africanism, oftentimes when you hear them speak about it, they normally look pissed off, they normally sound angry, they normally upset, and I understand politics can get like that. But what you don't want to do is give people the impression that it's not fun to be smart. You know, we got to also run good times concurrent with our history as well. We can't always tell you about the part of history where we're in suffrage. Well, if we leave it up to our brothers and sisters, they'll give a lot of our youth the impression that we have our inception in slavery. Because when you talk about us as black people, all you hear is about someone raping us, castrating us, lynching us, police brutality, and after a while it gets to the point it's not news unless it's negative. But that's not true. We got black people that's succeeding out here in this world as well, and we should shed light on those stories as well for empowerment purposes. As I talked before in a debate some years ago, we have a superchiasmatic nucleus, space cells, and time cells. And what happens is, just like you have motion pictures, right? Just like you have film that's in HD, motion pictures are a group of pictures that when flicked, it goes into motion, and therefore the image starts moving, right? So your brain does the same thing, okay? Your brain captures stills of different things that take place in your life, especially when there's an emotional affinity to that which transpires or to the very thing that that person's connected with. And in turn, that information gets stamped or imprinted or embedded into your psychology via the DNA and dumped into your progeny. Yes, so this information gets dumped into your progeny or your descendants. So this means your fears, your worries, your woes, your insecurities, that gets passed on to the generation to come. So if all you do when it comes to studying yourself is learn, bless you, if all you do when it comes to studying yourself is learn about the shortcomings or mostly shortcomings of our people, then what's going to happen is the children that are born thereafter are going to be reluctant to be successful. And the reason why they're going to be reluctant to be successful is because they're going to feel there's always a string attached. Somebody's going to take their house. Like plenty of times I show people my new home and they'll say, you know, we'll see you smiling and be happy when the white man takes your home. And it's like, why people got to be downers like that? Or, you know, in another year, he'll lose his women and he'll lose those cars, and then we'll see. But the reason why people think like that is because they don't have space for new information. So like I said, in the brain, you have the superchiasmatic nucleus, you have space cells, time cells, and the superchiasmatic nucleus. And what's happening is your mind is snapping shots of things that's taking place in real time. And whenever there's a stigma or an affinity to whatever's taking place, that gets stored in the DNA, and then it gets passed on. It gets passed on to the next generation. So when it's time to talk about black history and we talk about Martin Luther King and he got killed, Malcolm X and he got killed, Marcus Garvey, and he got deported. Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, falsely arrested. If we keep going further and further into our story, and the only stories we have is when we don't win or we don't make it out good, then we're seducing ourselves in many senses into this concept or this construct that we shouldn't be great if you're black. And I know being black and being great can come with its pitfalls. I know that there are some obstacles and roadblocks, blockades that's put before us, but at the same rate, sometimes, most times, what we need to start doing is propagating the other information when we succeed. Because you're not going to have the momentum to be successful if you don't have a reference point when we succeed. So, what y'all may call stunting, and, showing off, bragging or boasting, y'all don't realize I really do it for motivational purposes. I do this for motivational purposes because I know the young brothers see themselves as driving real nice vehicles and being with beautiful women. But what they don't attach to it is the woman being respectable, right? And what they don't attach to it is how exactly they're going to make the monies to upkeep such a lifestyle or even initiate one such as that. And that's where we come in. We got to be positive. So I get the TD, Jakes, Creflo Dollar analogies and everything, which really make no sense. Okay? Really doesn't make no sense. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm in a whole different space. I'm in a whole different sphere. Okay? What I teach is different, and that's not no knock to those brothers, because I'm not the type to see somebody else getting money and then knock the way they're getting their money. We over here complaining about preachers getting their money. I'm going to tell y'all something. If they got a following that believes in them, then they earned the right to get the money from their following. I'm not interested in that. What good is it going to do for me to knock other brothers who have a following that support them? What you need to do is get you a following that supports you. If you saying you standing on the truth and the truth is that powerful, you shouldn't be in a bad space anyway when it comes to you getting support. I'm not into all of that hating. I'm not into none of that. If those brothers got a support system and people are waking up every day feeling more empowered by what they have to say, then kudos to those brothers for putting in that type of work. I'm not mad at them. And if I disagree with their doctrine, more the reason for me to teach and propagate my information or propagate the information that I make subscriptions to. That's the way we got to do that. That's a fact. So I ain't gonna be over here complaining about no preachers. Conscious folk do that quite often. The preachers is taking everybody's money in the community. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. The people support those preachers because they motivate them into waking up one day after the next. They give them a lot of faith, and that's what they need as the impetus to be driven to live the next day. Now, I'm not saying they have the best doctrine, but who am I to knock another person's teachings? That's what they do, and that's the level that they on. All I got to do is level up and teach what I got to teach. And if what I got to teach is that powerful, then guess what? Members of that congregation can share both brothers' vision, or they can transition from one vision to the next. We don't got to fight for our people's attention. We really don't. Amongst each other, we don't really got to fight for our people's attention. All we got to do is teach the truth. Because when you teach the truth, and you in possession of the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, then guess what happens? People gonna walk with you. So no matter how many people's my detractors, like I was saying to somebody just the other day, I ain't met one person who had something bad to say something about me. I never met one person who said something bad about me who was living like I do. Anybody that's talking crazy about me, they always look like they living in their mama house. They always look like they living like a hermit in somebody's basement. I ain't never met one person that took the time out to blast me or do videos about me that looked like they was living the lifestyle that I lived. And one thing you can't fake excellence. You can't fake success. You can fake astrology. You can fake numerology to certain extents. No knock to the people that's pushing those doctrines. But you could fake astrology. You could fake numerology. You could fake a whole number of different things. But you can't fake success, because after a while the cars run out, the money runs out, the home is gone, the party is over. You can't fake it. You can only fake success for so long. So if you see somebody successful 1 year after the next, then you got to know what it is. You got to know what it is. You got to call a spade a spade. But I'm gonna tell you, there's a brother in the community. Him and his wife done broke up or whatever the case is, and people doing videos about it, putting commercials on it. And I'm saying, man, dang. Rather than people mediate amongst the brother and the sister, we say we don't want to see broken family households in the community. So why are we exploiting a black couple's shortcoming? Why wouldn't we say, you know what, let me get this brother to talk to that sister over there and see what it is? But you know what we do in the community? We talk about each other's mothers, each other's brothers, each other's sisters, each other's husbands, and each other's wives, and got the nerve to make money off of it. Little coins, pennies on a dollar. We got the nerve to monetize that type of gossip. So here it is. You're being paid by white people to exploit black problems on YouTube. You got like 15 commercials in your video gossiping about another man's situation with his wife. Rather than you say, let me see if I can mediate it, or let me see if I can empower the sister to go in a progressive direction so she can heal, or let me see if I can get the two to talk together, or let me just give positive insight and instruction so they can find some kind of reconciliation, if not amongst each other, but within themselves. But what part of the healing process is for us to further inflammate an already bad situation? And not only inflammate an already bad situation, but to get paid pennies of a dollar by white companies to share this very hostile, incongruable, disagreeable, negative, volatile situation. One of those words got to go with whatever's going on. And we're making money off of this, destroying each other. Ever since we've been able to monetize our videos online, we've become a very disgraceful people. Because we've learned if it's gossip, we'll get more hits, which will heighten the probability of how much coins I can get. So, white folks winning because they get to sell their products in the middle of us degrading each other or destroying each other. And that's where we at as a people. Only broke people do stuff like that. Broke people who are lacking in creativity take the time out to exploit other brothers and sisters' issues like that and monetize it so they can get a few pennies on the dollar. You'll never see a successful brother or sister take the time out to gossip like that on YouTube. But I'm telling you, look for the signs. Look for the signs. You'll never see somebody at my eye level talking crazy about me and doing that stuff. You know why? Because if they at my eye level or higher, they busy enjoying their life, spending time with their family, their lover, their counterparts, or partying, traveling the world, meditating. That's what's more important in life. Building yourself up and the people that you love around you. That's more important. Hey, how you doing? Oh, thanks a lot. That's what's more important. That is what's more important. Yeah, she had to realize.
She didn't see me.
I was saying the same.
She did not see me.
She pulled up like she's about to holler.
She was. She tried. And then she looked like, oh.
I saw the same. That was an awkward moment we just experienced. Dang, women be looking to bag brothers. She pulled up. No, nice car. Stood there, squinted. Oh, shit. There's a woman in there.
She tried it.
She, like, not just any woman. It's a New York woman in there. Y'all know how the New York sisters get down. It's an energy. Word up. I'm not mad at her trying game. Yeah, man, McLaren. That's what it is, though. We about to level up and blast off. This thing takes off. We about to go through our thing. You know, get some grub. Look at her. She's studio ready. Y'all don't understand. We be out here in Vegas tearing up the studio. Tearing up the dang studio. That's what we on. Look at her, man. I'm mad proud of her. Wait till y'all hear the fire she put out, man. I'm telling you, the fire department, you know, when you got over 300 people's occupancy in a space that's not supposed to have more than 250, they got to shut it down. So when she starts spitting over 300 bars, it says over the occupancy. You know what I'm saying? The fire department got to come. They got to shut it down. We always keep an extinguisher by her whenever she in the booth. But y'all going to see. Y'all gonna learn today. And I don't learn today, you're going to learn tomorrow. It's not a game. Las Vegas, man. You're so lucky, Vegas, to have her. So lucky. Woo, woo. Look at that. McLaren flow. Yeah, man. We got to be happy. We got to be happy to be conscious. I'm so happy I'm conscious. I teach in front of these material objects to associate the whole flow. So for those people who are in limbo, because some people like, yo, I just want to get money. That's how some of our young brothers and sisters talk. You know, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. So what better way to encourage them to get the bag and not lose their soul? By teaching, right? I teach and come in the personage of the damn bag. This car is the personage of the bag. This is the byproduct of the very bag everybody's talking about. So what I do, I teach around those type of products, those type of items to inspire and motivate those people. Now, some of y'all so damn conscious, y'all be like, why we got to see another car? But you know what? It's not for you per se. Why are you not intelligent enough just to hear the message? Why are you letting the car distract you? You're supposed to be smarter than that. You're supposed to be so smart the car doesn't distract you. You just hear the information. Don't disqualify the information because you see a beautiful woman or a dope car. That's right. You know, that stream is legendary too. I love money. And people say, man, you don't got the right to say you love money. You sending our people in the wrong direction. But people say, I heard women say, girl, I love those shoes. Oh, no, we good. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. So, people say, I heard women say, I love those shoes, girl. He's like, I love that sweater. Yo, I love that car. Yo, I love that song. That's what people say. So I turn around and say, I love money. It becomes a cardinal sin. But people can love shoes and they can love a car. Then I love that sweater. I love that blouse. I love that headscarf. I love that jewelry. I can't turn around and say I love that money. Everything is on the table except for money. I love money. I care about people and I love money. Because I never heard no one say, I really care about those shoes. I never heard that before. Yo, I really care about that sweater. It would seem very weird and it would be very eerie if someone was talking about how much they care about material things, right? So I don't hear people talking about how much they care for material things, but you can care for people. Now, I can hear people say, I love you. People say I love you to each other, and they also say they love shoes.
I love cake too, Stanley. I love cake too.
This is real big people talk. Yeah, so people love cake, right? And people love people. So we got to take it a step further and care. Now, I never heard no one say, I really care about this cake. Because then it'll get scary. That's a fact. Stanley, stay focused. Now you got me thinking about cake. And Victoria's no good either. She gonna jump in. Now all of us is thinking about this dang cake. But we was just on a spiritual vibe, and then Stanley and Victoria brought us down to cake. Now what kind of cake are we actually talking about? Because I know I was a sucker for red velvet. And while we at it, key lime pie. Let's just say that. Those are my things on planet Earth that could get me to be locked out of heaven. Red velvet cake is my thing. Yep, we at that hour. Let's get it in. But yeah, that's the moral of the story. That's the moral of the story. The moral of the story is to level up, you know. And when you have good things taking place in your life, don't be afraid to post it. Somebody told me today, save these type of posts for my personal life, and it's on my social media. You know, and the sick part is, if I was driving around in a little Toyota, and nothing wrong with that, if I was driving around in a Toyota, I don't think I would get so much condemnation. So when people, yeah, we got to get that cake meaning money. I got you, the metaphor. So, you know, people turn around, they be like, just because the car is that much more expensive, I don't got the right to show you what I'm doing in my life day to day. I don't got the right because it's that much more expensive. So in order for me to be accepted and embraced in the conscious community, I got to make sure I have a subpar life or standard. That's not good. That's not fair. I'm living my life. And just like anybody else can post what they want to post on social media about how their day is going, guess what? This is how my day is going. I'm out here with V, leveling up. That's how our day going. And we in these toys, playing with it. And guess what? While everybody may be acting a fool or getting drunk and getting twisted, we out here on business. In addition to the fact, we actually conscious. So this is a beautiful thing, because when we bump into brothers and sisters, like when we was in Miami, we bump into brothers and sisters and we teach, we educate, we build. When we connect with our brothers and sisters, we show them all sorts of love, and just showing love is a form of education as well, because a lot of us don't embrace each other the second we see each other, particularly women, especially amongst other sisters. You feel me? So just in the way that we embrace our own when we see each other, we see our people and we treat them like they long lost cousins, like we ain't seen them for years, and we just meeting them for the first time. We give them mad love, and they learn so much from that type of love and that engagement that they want to perpetuate it, and they want to be like that with other people as well. So that's what we do. Somebody will come over, man, yo, I feel what you're doing. How do I do that? I'll pull up to go to the gas station, and young brothers will be like, man, yo, do you rap? Do you do this? And I say, nah, I write books. I mean, what? I write books and I teach. I lecture. What do you teach? Comparative studies of monotheistic religions in retrospect to them being influenced by cultures of antiquity. What? And then now their whole wave is, man, I don't got to be a dope boy. I don't necessarily have to solicit the sale of music degrading our sisters. I don't have to propagate misogyny to get to the bag or get to the money. See, that's the positivity that comes out of being conscious and having material success. We get to change the narrative, okay? We get to say there's another space for successful people on planet Earth that are also conscious, or also smart, or also proud to be black. You feel what I'm saying? We may not have the mold of we look proud to be black, because people are telling me, yo, you know about the history of the Yankees? Why you wear that Yankee hat? You're supposed to be pro-black. That's the type of sucker stuff that takes place that makes people say, I don't want to deal with the information. You feel what I'm saying? When a sister sees this sister right here, and she got her Gucci headscarf or what have you, and she's doing her thing and just chilling, she doesn't even know. Because Victoria probably just looks like, you know, the club sister or the gold digger, as many would say. She probably fit the mold. She's only here for the money and the nice car. But guess what? When you get a chance to talk to this sister, you go, wow. You realize she's very refined when it comes to knowledge. Okay? You realize she's not ratchet. And you get so much that you didn't anticipate from her in conversation that in itself will wake you up more than the person who looked like they had the information. Because the shock value of learning from someone you didn't anticipate learning from is what actually makes you remember the conversation. It's the shock value. So when I went on the Breakfast Club, the reason why my Breakfast Club video did so much millions of views, I believe, is because I didn't look like the type of person that was going to disseminate the type of information that I put forth. It was the shock value. It was what is this nigga going to say? Okay, he got a $1,000 tie on, you know, Versace shirt, Versace tie, and all this other stuff. My hat was almost $200, and I'm just chilling. What is he really going to teach us? And now I'm teaching about home birth, electromagnetic waves, frequencies, and guess what? No one anticipated that just by public perception or just by that naked eye. So what that winds up doing is making you lock in, and guess what else you do? Yo, I got to share this. There's some brother, but you know what they really saying? There was somebody I didn't really expect to have that information, dropping that information better than the people I would have expected to have that information. Now, if I came there dressed like the information, which is a very ignorant thing to say, but let's just walk with me for this matter. If I came dressed looking like the corresponding information that I was going to disseminate, less people would even give me the time of day. But because it looked like, oh, he probably just another hip-hop head, he might say something a little positive, but at the end of every sentence, he more likely going to say, or you know what I mean, or you know what I'm saying. They ain't get none of that. So after a while, it was like, you know what? Let me share this video. It was the shock that you got more from your own, and it was unanticipated based on a look. And that's how we got to teach, and that's how we got to uplift our brothers and sisters. So that's why I be loving V, because V got that look. When she come out, she be chilling right now. When she switch up and do what she do, and you know she's beautiful. Her body's mad toned. You know, respectfully, she has a very nice booty. Respectfully, obviously her boobs is popping. Respectfully, all of that tells a brother when he sees her, she ain't got no damn knowledge. I'm telling you. That'll make the average brother say, she ain't got no sense in her damn head, because somehow we associate having a nice figure with having a lack of knowledge. So that's what I love about her most, because a brother will say something to her, and then he finds himself being educated by her, and then guess what? Now his standard or his criteria for women has to go up a whole lot more higher, because he just learned that he can learn from a sister that is beautiful. And now he can now he knows the phenomena exists where women can be the working model physically of what they want a woman to be, and also she can be smart. So you don't have to settle for less, brothers, and say, well, you know what, man, the smart women don't look good. No. So guess what? The beautiful, voluptuous sisters, you have a responsibility to educate yourself as much as possible to encourage brothers to have relationships with women that would challenge them mentally. This is important. She bad than the motherfucker. You see, thank you for saying it for me. But, but you know, we all have a responsibility. You know, when you leveling up and you got dope cars and you making money and you got nice homes, you got a responsibility to show it off and be conscious and give a powerful message. Sisters, with the dope shapes and beautiful look, or the brothers and sisters with a lot of style and a lot of swag, you got a responsibility to educate yourself more so we can do a better job picking our partner, so we can produce babies under better pretense, and they can inherit that consciousness from both parties. That's a fact. I'm telling you, this is real talk. Beautiful people, successful people of our community, we got a responsibility to educate ourselves so we can educate others, and we can't miss opportunities to educate others. So we got to use the nice car, and we got to use the dope shoes, and we got to use the fly scarf, and we got to have the $3,000 book bag, whatever it takes to get our brothers and sisters from the other side that's sleeping on being conscious. We got to get them there. We got to stop alienating ourselves and giving people the impression that we're weirdos because we're into metaphysics. And I'm going to tell you the truth. A lot of people into metaphysics in our community have become weirdos, because what they're doing is using the information as a means to escape or evade the responsibility of still contributing and being a part of society. We have taken the metaphysical information or the religious information, calling it spiritual, and what we're doing is using it as an excuse to not compete in society. So we're mad at society. We're mad that we can't get the better job. We're mad that we're not making enough money. So what we do, we find some costumes to put on. We find different type of headdress to put on. And we hide the fact that we're struggling to compete or win in society. We hide behind the metaphysical words. We hide behind the scriptures because we're having a problem getting a better job, or we're having a problem making more money. So we start hiding behind the information instead of putting the information to the forefront and saying, you know what, I will not let, we're just going to say devilish for now. I will not let someone of devilment, because there's no word devilish actually, but devilment is a word. So I will not have someone who contributes to devilment do better than me and become more persuasive to my children or my community than I, the conscious brother or the conscious sister. We got a responsibility. We can't allow the wicked in our community to have more say and influence on the direction of our community, because us conscious people can't blend in. You got to know when to blend in. I ain't saying you got to partake in everything that's taking place. I'm saying you got to know how to blend in. And not only know how to blend in, forget blending in, give it contrast. Because guess what? So many brothers and sisters come out to club, like on this Memorial weekend and everything. And guess what? When people be like, yo, that's Brother Polight, they be so proud. Because they be like, yo, that's my teacher pulling up in the McLaren. I told you that dude. They be mad excited. And that excitement is not groupie excitement. It's celebrating, yes, one of us is doing it. And not only doing it better than the Negroes who negative. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not out there pushing no drugs on nobody or nothing. I'm the guy that's writing the books and teaching. And guess what? I'm kicking their ass. You know, the woman I'm with look better than the sisters that's out there misrepresenting themselves. That's what I mean by looking better. You know, the woman I'm with look better than the sisters misrepresenting themselves who with the dope boy. And the dope boy can't compete with me when I come out. You feel what I'm saying? That's what we on. That's how we got to do it. When we do it and we conscious, we got to go all the way in. We got to make it difficult for the people that's spreading that negativity in our community to have more influence and say on the direction of our children's lives. We got to go hard. Now, if you don't get that message, and look at this guy, your cars be rented though. Actually, no. Actually, this particular situation, because I couldn't get the Lambo because the rims are bent, we had to get the McLaren. Okay? But so when a man says your car's rented though, let's do this. You know what it costs to get a McLaren just for the damn day? Especially on a holiday, it's $2,500 to $3,500.
Who cares if it's rented?
So let's do this.
Doing that?
So if I got $2,500 to spend every day that you're gonna see me in the same car, then give the brother love. Then give the brother love. But after all the education that I just kicked, after all the knowledge and the motivation I just kicked, if I have the money to spend $3,500 a damn day, that's still leveling up. It's like, stay focused. Easily 5K. That's a fact. I'm being humble and modest with this, but you see me in the same whips throughout the damn year. I just switched up because it's Memorial Day weekend, and you don't want to keep wearing the same shoes all the time. You don't want to wear the same bag. So guess what? Some of my brothers, sometimes we switch cars and we do what we do. We move around. That's what we on. I mentor people that's out here that 1 minute they in they Benz, next minute they switching out the I-8. Come on, that's what we do. We all build with each other. Let me get in the Ghost. Let me get in the Wraith. That's what we do when several people are winning. But why do we got to even explain that? That shows you why we're failing, because we got a short attention span. It wouldn't even matter. The point of the matter is, when we are smart, when we are conscious, and we can stand on our information, we can't come out in rags. Because ain't nobody going to listen to that. Ain't nobody going to appreciate what you have to offer, because they're going to say this. You know all this information about God. You know all this information about metaphysics. You know about astrology. You know about numerology. But you looking like a bum out here. And nobody's proud of you because you looking like you can't compete with the people who's so devilish, right? Or the people that's contributing to so much devilment. They living a way better life than you, and they don't got half the knowledge you got. How stupid does that sound, and how stupid does that look? You feel what I'm saying? So while you worrying about, but the car is rented, you missing the whole point. The point of the matter is, when we step out and we say we can stand on truth, represent that truth, represent the community, represent the whole community, and don't let these scumbags that's selling us on the idea of drug dealing or misogyny, chauvinism, don't let them look like they're fly over you. We need to kick their ass when it comes to being fly to the best of our ability. Because if that's what it's going to take to win our brothers and sisters over, then that's what the hell it's going to take. The worst that comes out of it is what? You want to making a whole lot of money because you're looking to level up in order to influence people with the truth? Then so be it. Because the only thing that happened to me with this strategy is I had to learn how to make more money. And in turn, my life wound up being a lot more better. I wound up being able to travel a lot more, and I wound up being taken more serious circles and more wealthy circles. So now I can influence people who influence many. So now it's not just about influencing one or two people. Now it's about influencing people who have millions of following. See, we got to stay focused, but it's black men. Every time, I swear to you, every time I hop out the Wraith, every time I hop out the Ghost, every time I hop out the I-8, number one thing, car rented. How the hell are you in my pockets? And why would I rent something throughout the year like that? Then when you don't see me in a car, he must have lost his cars. No, I'm traveling around the damn world. I spent damn near a month in Miami. I don't live in Miami, per se. Probably do now, but you know what I'm saying? That's not home base. But people are sitting there preying on your downfall. Very weak-minded brothers and sisters. We got to stop that. Stop that. Black men, stop that. Stop that weak mentality the second you see me in a car. But it's rented. Yeah, but those cars is rented. Bro, if I'm renting throughout the damn year, cars that cost $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day, then guess what? Because I'm going to tell you this. With all the knowledge I teach, I'll be damned. I'm going to tell you this. I will be damned if I spend $2,000 or $3,000 a day on any car. I'll be damned if I do that. You know why? Because I'll be damned if I do that. You know why? Because I have my own cars already. So I'm not going to do that. And if I did want to celebrate and say, you know what? Let's just try something new for the day. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. If I wanted to do that. That's a fact, but I put it on my life. I don't spend no $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 on no damn cars. I got too much going on in my world. If I want to try a different car, I just call one of the homies, switch up, or I got partial stake in the company. I'm good. I'm so good. I made a lot of smart investments. I'm good. And that's just being real. But guess what? If a brother want to rent his car and do what he got to do, let him rent his fucking car. He got the right. If he got to do it one day at a time before he can do it every day, give that man his right to do that. What the hell is the problem? You know what I'm saying? Y'all be on some real tricky stuff, man. And it be black men doing that. I ain't never seen a woman say, "But the car's rented though."
Now you want to say you took it the wrong way.
I ain't take it the wrong way. That's the only way to take it.
How many comments you said? But it's rented though. It's rented though. You said it about like 7 times.
And the thing is,
everybody sees that. So stop.
That's a fact. It's a fact. You ain't take it the wrong way. You distracting people from the real point. The point of the matter is, I just want conscious people to be well represented, you know. And if whatever way you can represent, I don't care if you got a new pair of Jordans. If you conscious, keep them things clean. Because when you're talking to somebody gonna take you more serious because you got Jordans on. Now it may sound stupid because you might be above that mentality, but who are you to be better than your own people when it comes to this situation? If that's what it's gonna take to get a little more clout amongst your people, then it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. If that's what it's going to take, you know. She just hooking it up.
Because people asking.
Yeah. Stay right there with us.
I can't with your fingers.
Thanks.
Sure.
Yeah. brotherpolight45@gmail.com.
You can finish it, right? No. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Oh, you penning it. Got it. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in that mentorship, you can go right there. It's brotherpolite45@gmail.com. It's our responsibility to level up. We can't play games. We got a responsibility to put this pain in, man. There's a bunch of wicked people out there snatching the souls of our community, members of our community, with their debauchery, man. Just because it look like they living better. But we gotta go hard. We gotta go hard.
You said, bro, if I'm misguided, you correct me. Don't talk down on me. Same boy.
And you still on that? We done moved on, bro.
Right.
It was a unnecessary comment, but necessary all at the same rate.
Right.
You know, because it's a comment that needed to be addressed because all too many black men, that's the main thing on their mind. You know, and I normally ignore the it's rented because what I do is I just show up in the same car over and over and over throughout the year, and then that tells you it's not rented. But because today is a special McLaren day, since it becomes the topic of conversation, just know that I got very good friends, good people, and great connections. So at the end of the day, if I want to switch up or swap up cars, I can always do that. But I ain't about to spend no $2,000, $3,000 a day for no car. I'm telling you that. And there's nothing wrong if somebody is doing that. I'm not mad at you. It's your right, it's your responsibility to have fun the way you need to have it. So by no means is it wrong to rent a damn car. Because if you're leasing a car, that's just a long-term rental. If you have a mortgage, you renting your damn house. Okay? So renting is not a problem with me in my world. I understand what it means and represents. If you got a mortgage, you're renting your damn house. You feel me?
If you got a car note, you renting your car.
You're renting your car if you got a car note. About? You feel me? So, I mean, it's not a big thing at the end of the day.
Right.
So if I rent something, I'll tell you I'm renting something because I don't mind being open.
He said he apologizes.
Nah, it's all good. I'm not mad at you.
Right.
But the problem is a lot of brothers go out their way to say it. Your intentions may have been whatever intention you had, right. But one thing's for sure, so many brothers always say it's rented every time something gets posted that I'm like, yo, I just use this moment to address it. Right. But I don't want you to think I have any malice for you. I appreciate the fact, brother, that you just on the stream listening. And I also appreciate the fact that you want to give clarity that you don't have no malicious intent. I respect that too, because you could just be in the virtual world and say, man, F him and leave. The fact that you're still here, I'm not about to talk down on you. I don't mean that in no regard. And if you was listening to me, I already said who are we to talk down to anybody in our community when I was talking about Jordans.
Right.
Because I said it may sound stupid to you, that if you got a pair of Jordans, keep them nice and clean, because you might have to talk to somebody. But I'm just saying, you got to be prepared at all times. When you boxing, they say protect yourself at all times. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what we got to be on. When we conscious, we got to be prepared at all times, because at the end of the day, you never know who might be entertaining your conversation, and they may be the next powerful leader in our community, or they may become the boyfriend or the husband of your little girl, you know, to be adult, you know, or vice versa. They may be the young sister that flourishes into an influential woman for whatever reason, while she may have a lot of influence or popularity, and she might be the woman that if you were to entertain or got her to entertain your conversation when she was younger, then when she grows older, the seeds that you planted in turn makes her a more prepared woman to be a wife. We don't know who we're talking to when they're 14 years old. We don't know who we're talking to when they're 20 years old. We don't know who we're talking to when they're 30 years old. But whoever we're talking to, they're going to influence somebody else. They're going to make someone mad, or they're going to make someone happy. We have a responsibility to have the best impact we can have on anybody that we talk to throughout the day. So that means stay fresh. There's nothing wrong with that. We got to get out of this dirty, conscious thinking. Stay fresh. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm teaching. Stay fresh. Stay fly. Do what you got to do. And if it ain't your cup of tea, what I'm talking about, don't be mad at it. I'm not going to be mad at you. Don't be mad at it at all.